you remember the pitch you hit out on Votto?
High fastball. I just figured he was going to try to overpower it. It went in the upper deck and it went into the tunnel. It actually went through the exit. And it was the longest home run probably I ever hit, and probably the longest home run they ever saw in Tiger Stadium.
Until
until I called that slider down and in from Doc Ellis to Reggie, and he almost took the light standard out.
Yeah. He went Roy Hobbs. He went natural on it.
33 Hall of Famers in that game.
Ooh, 33. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you go down, you saw Stargell and I walking. Here it is, right here.
Yeah.
We're supposed to cue it up here.
Yeah, that's Reggie. Reggie took one right out, and so you 33
Hall of Famers in that game. Yeah, I mean, they had, Stargell, Mays, McGuffey, Aaron, Kayla. I know you can go down the list, but it was just, and Brooks Robinson was there.
Right.
Because my first at bat, this is after the 70 World Series, after Brooks had stolen everything, or maybe it was 72, and stolen everything. And the first ball I hit is a line shot, and he backhands it and throws it to first.
I mean,
and I'm just running up and down the line going, why now? Why again?
Do you still dream of this stuff, Johnny, that you're playing? I mean, when you go to sleep at night, you wake up. I'm just wondering.
I've got 8 and 12-year-old boys that I have.
So you don't sleep at all, is what you're saying?
No, they're good. They're really good. Okay. But I'm used. I did it. I played it. I did it, and everything else. And you watch the home runs now. Last night I watched the Derby. It was fabulous, and I enjoyed every part of it. I enjoy what these kids are doing today. I heard first part of it is how do we make baseball fun again, and what's wrong with baseball. I don't see anything wrong with baseball. I think it's, when we played, there were 45 seconds between commercials. So you ran out, got ready, and threw your pitches, and you played. And so, but if you take now 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which now it was for a while, and they're trying to cut that back, you had an hour and 15 minutes. That's 3 minutes almost per inning to 9 innings. You got 27 minutes extra just for commercial time. So you wind up now with a game that's 2 hours and 40 minutes and now runs into 3:10. And I still don't know what people have to do, why they have to rush home or anything else. I mean, what's so important that you can't sit there and watch the closer come in, and why can't you see a rally coming and doing something and enjoy the intricacies of it? Now, do the guys step out, fix their gloves and scratch their jocks and do all this stuff too much? Yeah, they are. But, they've been trained now psychologically by their sports therapist that they need to really redirect and refocus. And so they get out there, and now they're thinking about all the hitting things and everything else, and they're going back to the videos of what that guy did to him last time. It's 2-0. Okay, let's see, 2-0 3 weeks ago, he threw me this. I mean, they think of that. That's the thing that bothered me most, is just guys stepping out.
Would you have been even a better baseball player if that technology was available to you?
No.
Do you think?
No. I knew what was coming. Or guessed. I like to guess. I like to look. Mm-hmm. I tell guys, even today, I said, what do you look for on the first pitch? And some teams say we take the first strike because we know we like to get deep in the count. We want to work the pitcher.
Right.
Well, I'm saying, okay, but if the first pitch is your pitch, because in the major leagues, you may see one pitch every at bat if you're lucky. And so why wouldn't you set on that pitch, whether it be a hanging curveball? Because I looked curveball and hit fastball, because I knew I could adjust that quickly. And so I said, here's the pitch. And if it was bad, I took it, and then I rezoned him, and it worked out great.
Well, you see all the binders like that a lot of these managers have, and they're making notes, and they're taking stuff out of their pocket and writing stuff down, and that there's all of these analytics about that create what we've seen this year a couple of times, like the Tampa Bay Rays starting their closer a couple of times because they figure it's beneficial with the top of the order and then bringing somebody. With all that information, what would Sparky Anderson have been like with that information if it was ever presented in front of Sparky in the middle of the 70s, Johnny?
Well, Sparky, somebody said, how do you judge talent, Sparky? Mm-hmm. And he went.
Pointed to his eye.
He pointed to his eye, and he said, this is the way I can see talent. But Sparky used to call Pete, Joe, Tony, and myself in as a group or individually, and they would say, what about if we trade for this guy? And we would say no. Well, what about this guy? Yes, because we knew kind of like what his talent and ability was.
He would call you guys in, I guess, some of the bigger names of Big Red Machine.
Yeah.
To ask you your thoughts on what the front office might do.
Well, we were better scouts than anybody. I mean, you can have a guy up there with a stopwatch. We didn't have to have a stopwatch. We knew this guy had ball movement in his zone, or he was able to fit into a situation. Like, it's just important to have a second-place hitter as an eighth-place hitter. It's just as important to have Terry Crowley and Merv Retman on the bench, and
Yes.
and Bill Plummer coming off to catch, and Doug Flynn. These are guys that had to fill in, and were they ready when they were called upon? So their role was just as important, and we had to find out who these people are.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.